Risk management is defined in the ISO 31000 standard as the effect of uncertainty on objectives, and enterprise risk management, or ERM for short, is the range of activities an organization undertakes to reduce those uncertainties. Proper risk management will ensure that an organization meets its strategic goals and avoids disaster. Risk management is increasingly seen as a fundamental component in decision-making and long-term strategy. Every organization has a strategic vision and plan for achieving its objectives. However, many pitfalls and challenges can stand in the way of those goals. Competition, macroeconomic events, and failures of execution could all set an organization off course. Therefore, along with a strong and clear vision for growth, an organization must have a robust process to identify and respond to the myriad of risks that threaten its objectives. The success of a risk management framework starts with the enthusiasm and buy-in of the leadership team. A strong mandate and sustained commitment to this process by the leadership will signal to the organization as a whole that risk management is not an exercise in corporate bureaucracy, rather it is a fundamental component in decision-making and long-term strategy. Once the leadership is on board, the next phase is implementing a proper risk management framework. This is a formal structure that describes the strategy, architecture, protocols, and process that an organization uses for managing risk. Introducing a framework will enhance an organization's risk management capabilities by embedding risk management deeper into the culture. It introduces formal structure, rigor, and common language to the risk management process, and increases the potential of achieving strategic goals. This short video provides a high-level summary of the VinciWorks risk management framework. It has been designed to serve the needs of organizations of any size and any risk maturity level. It is modeled after ISO 31000, one of the most recognized standards for enterprise risk management across the globe. The framework includes the strategy, architecture, processes, and protocols to embed risk management into the culture. The strategy section describes the risk philosophy, objectives, and appetite of the organization. It describes how risk management personnel, budget, and resources should be allocated towards controls that mitigate risks to our strategic objectives. The strategy should state the organization's risk appetite, which is the amount and type of risk that an organization is willing to take in order to meet their strategic objectives, and the risk tolerance, which is what level of risk an organization can deal with. Priority is then placed on risks that have been identified as intolerable, with those risks escalated regularly to the agenda of board meetings. Risks within the tolerable range will be monitored and their controls measured for effectiveness. Alongside this risk strategy, an organization requires a robust architecture to ensure that reporting, monitoring, and controlling risk is an ongoing and dynamic process. This chart shows a typical risk architecture. The details vary by firm. However, in any event, an organization should ensure that the architecture flow is built to enhance communication, clarify reporting lines, and define ultimate responsibility for risks. The framework continues with the risk protocols. The protocols are the supporting tools and techniques that the organization needs to support the process. Many organizations use ERM software, such as the VinciWorks risk management system, to track risks, implement a control plan, and receive alerts when things are amiss. A good ERM should automate risk management workflows, have a full audit trail, and have advanced reporting capabilities. The final part of the framework is the risk process. It is the workflow that is followed for assessing, responding, and monitoring risk. This process includes an ongoing assessment of the risk register to ensure that it remains fresh. Topics of discussion in these regular review sessions include A. Whether there are any emerging risks that should be added to the register. B. Whether any risks should be removed. C. Which risks should be escalated to the management or board. Using ERM software, stakeholders review and input the following information: risk name and description, risk classification, risk owner, causes of the risk, consequences of the risk, inherent likelihood score, and inherent impact score. These are the scores before taking into account any mitigating controls. Target acceptability level. This is the score that the organization would like to achieve after putting controls in place. Controls in place and their effectiveness. Adequacy of resources and budget for controls. Other controls required to reach acceptability level. Residual likelihood score and residual impact score. These are the scores after taking into account any mitigating controls. This process is not isolated to a particular event or meeting. It is a dynamic and fluid exercise where risks and controls are discussed and debated. Risk owners and other stakeholders discuss what other controls there are and how they can be financed. This framework underpins the entire risk management process at an organization and serves to embed risk management into the culture. Without a framework, stakeholders and business functions use different methodologies with varying degrees of rigor in addressing their risk management needs. A standard risk management framework ensures the comprehensiveness of the information being captured and enables stakeholders to easily share data and remain one step ahead of the market. The world is changing under our feet. Globalization, the war for talent, automation, and other trends have the potential to undermine our business model. With prudent risk-taking and careful preparation, an organization's greatest threats could turn into its best opportunities.